Hey. Happy Thursday. Soribel Martinez here. So let's do this. Hello. It is a Thursday. It's almost Friday for those that love Fridays. Let me make sure that I am online and that my video looks great because the other day my video quality was not great, and I want to make sure um, that the video is great. I don't want to give you halfway stuff. I don't want to give you stuff that's not great quality because that is what is expected for us to always provide good quality. Hello, everyone. Soribel Martinez here. Hello. Let me make sure that we are live. Yes, we are live, and the video looks good. That's very important because the other day the video didn't look great, and you guys didn't tell me about it. So let's do this. I am going to share a link right here with you. And that link is for you to have access to the salary calculator. So today we are doing a mini training, and I'm going to talk about the private practice, the mental health private practice salary calculator. And why is this important for private practice owners, right? It doesn't matter if you are in solo practice or if you are in group practice, it's important that you have a great understanding of how much you should be paying yourself because that is important to know, right? So welcome to my live stream. Say hello if you are live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. If you are watching, please share this video because other people can benefit from watching this video. And again, if you have not requested your free salary calculator for mental health professionals in private practice, you can go to the link right here. It's right here. I just share it. And you can go ahead and request a calculator so you can have the calculator. So let me do this right here. I want to go to my notes because I want to make sure that I'm giving you exactly what I want to talk about today. It's not going to be a long training. I just wanted to make sure, or I want to make sure that you know how to use the calculator and that you understand the importance of calculating how much you're paying yourself, right? So if you don't know me, my name is Soribel Martinez. I am a licensed clinical psychotherapist in the state of Connecticut. I am the CEO of SMPSychotherapy and Counseling Services. It's the group practice in the state of Connecticut. Since the end of 2018, I've been in private practice, and I love what I do. And now I've diversified my business model. Now I am here helping other mental health practitioners in private practice who want to grow their private practice to $1 million and beyond. So if this is you, say hello, say me. There's no shame in wanting to generate more money because the money, what it does is just represent how much impact, how much services we are generating, we are creating in the community. Because the more services we provide in the community, the more revenue we're going to create in our private practice. So there is a representation there of how much impact and influence we can create in our communities, right? Our communities are important, and we want to make sure that we are always supporting our community. However, that does not mean that we don't get to also make money while we're doing that. And one of the issues and one of the struggles that I hear all the time from private practice owner is like, I'm not paying myself. Well, I'm not paying myself enough. And part of the issue is because they may not know. You may not know how much you should be paying yourself. What I can tell you is that you should be paying yourself first. You should be paying yourself a salary. Even if it's a small salary because you're just starting, you must pay yourself. So when we talk about paying yourself, we're not necessarily saying go pay yourself $200,000-$300,000 or whatever amount. What we're saying is that we need you to calculate how much money based on the revenue of your private practice, the profit in your private practice, and all of that, right? That we're going to talk about, so you can pay yourself accordingly. Because here's the thing. What you don't want to do in your business is that you're working on the business, in the business, right? You still see clients, you still see clients every day. You're working on the business, you're managing the business, you need to do what you need to do as a CEO of your business, and you're not getting compensated for that work. That would be terrible. I personally wouldn't want to be doing all this work and not being compensated for the hard work that I do. So if you have any specific questions in regards to the salary calculator, you can leave them here and I will come back at the end and I will come back and answer any questions that you may have. So if you don't have the calculator open, request your calculator and you will get a page where you're going to be able to click on it, make a copy for yourself so other people are not seeing your personal stuff, right? You copy it, it's going to tell you to copy it. You copy it and you're making your own, and you can start inputting your own data inside of the calculator so you can have a clear understanding of how much money you should be paying yourself. So again, Soribel Martinez here, share this video. Maybe somebody else can benefit from the video and this training. It's not going to be a long training, but I thought that it will be important for us to talk about, why we need to have a calculator. Why is it important? And a little bit how to use it. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you how I can help you implement this personally if you want to, or how you can work with me, right? So I can help you strategize in your private practice, in your mental health private practice, so you can actually grow and bring more revenue into your business, right? Because what makes a business is making the money, right? Making the money, bringing the revenues, making the profits. And aside from changing the life of millions of people, thousands of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, aside from that, a business is defined by what we generate in dollars, right? So one of the things is the importance of calculating your pay. It's important, it's crucial as a private practice owner, as a mental health private practice owner, that you are paying yourself and that you are paying yourself adequately. Adequately means based on how much revenue you bring in and also how much profit do you have, right? So the calculator was it was an idea that came to me because quite often I hear my mental health professionals complaining about how they don't know how much am I supposed to pay myself. I don't know how much I'm paying myself. I have clients that I work with that they have thousands of dollars saved in the bank, but they don't pay themselves, and they're working in the business incline, they're working the business up, and they're not paying themselves, so they feel resentful, right? Because they're doing all this work and there's no monetary compensation, right? We feel good about the work, we feel great about what we're doing, the impact that we're creating, but where is the money? So now what I want to do is I'm going to share the calculator, and I want you to see how you can use it. If you don't have it yet, go ahead, go to the link, get your calculator and open it up so we can see what we're doing here. Let's see, simple calculator. I'm going to share my screen and you can see my screen right here. So this is a simple calculator, right? So I have two types of calculator. I have a simple calculator, which is the calculator that you have here, and I have a more complex calculator. That's the calculator that I provide my one-to-one clients who pay me to work with them. So the first thing you want to do is when you open the calculator is that you want to make sure that your logo is there and the name of your private practice is here, right, in this area. Put your logo, make it your own. Once you open it, it's going to ask you to create a copy. So create the copy and then go there and then you personalize it, right? Like I said, for my clients that I work with, the other components of the calculator, right? But those are things that I say for my own clients that work with me, that they pay me to do the work. So what you want to do is, what is the average monthly revenue? That information you will find it either in your you can find it where you do your monthly finances, right? For some of you that are using therapy notes or simple therapy as to collect and to understand your numbers in your private practice, you can do that. I recommend that someone is doing your books every single week, every single month. Every single month, your books should be in order. Why your books need to be in order? Because you're going to have to answer the IRS, and you want to make sure that all your numbers are in order. So every month you should be getting a report from the person who does your finances, right? Your bookkeeping, that you have those numbers. I have talked to clients that haven't talked to the bookkeeper in months. And to be honest with you, that's a problem, right? It's the problem. You need to know how much money you're making in your private practice, what's coming in and what's going out. So here you will put the average amount, let's say $2,000, right? And then here, what is your monthly operating expenses for the business? You need to make sure that your operational expenses are highlighted here. So let's say you're spending $1,500, right? Something. I'm just putting numbers, right? I just want to walk you through how you're going to use this calculator. Then what are your monthly personal family expenses, right? You need to understand, if you are a solo provider, you need to understand what your expenses are, right? Because you need to understand how you're going to be managing. Let's put this $500 here. You need to understand how much money you need to take care of your family, right? Because you don't want to work just to work. You also want to work to take care of your family. So you put that number there. So what are your business growth plans, and how much contribution to each of these every month? What are your business growth plan, and how much must you contribute to those each month, right? Meaning, so if you are working 10 hours, if you're working 5 hours, if you're working 10 hours, you need to know how much hours. So let's say your bills are $500, right? And then every single month you are contributing about, another $500 in work. You need to understand. That's how you understand what is your salary, how much money you should be paying yourself, right? So the best idea is that if you're starting, I will understand that you're probably going to have, if you're starting, you're probably doing owner's withdrawal. But as soon as you start making money in your business and you are in the growth phase of your business, you need to change your tax classifications to an S corp, so you can put yourself on payroll. You need to be on payroll so you can pay yourself consistently every other week or every month or every 3 weeks, whatever you decide. So you want to have an understanding. What are your personal expenses, right? Because if you don't have an understanding, what are your personal expenses, right? And also you need to consider, how much you're going to be paying yourself in increments as you continue to grow. And then you continue to grow, you also need to understand how much am I going to pay myself, and also what type of bonuses am I going to give myself at the end of every quarter, at the end of every year, right? And these are conversations that you need to have with your financial person. These are conversations that I have with my accountant, because he's also my financial advisor, right? So these are the monthly calculations, right? But then here you want to make sure that you understand how much are your revenue, how much money are you making every year, how much are you paying for your operational expenses, and what is the net profit between what comes in revenue and your operational expenses. Your operational expenses are all the things that are business expenses, right? Anything that you're utilizing for your business, your accounting fees, your Psychology Today fees, your marketing fees, your therapy notes, right? How much you pay therapy notes. If you have any fees with your bank, which I recommend that you don't get a bank that's going to charge you fees, right? Whatever fees, your office rental. If you have a business automobile that you use for business purposes, your anything that has to do with your business expenses, you need to put them on the operational expenses. For my clients, I give them a whole list of operational expenses that are in alignment with what the IRS is looking for expenses. And then here is going to calculate what is the net profit, right? So now you need to know what are your personal expenses, right? So you can have an idea how much you need to pay yourself. And then here, what is your plan for the growth? How much are you planning to grow in the next months or year, right? Let's say right now you're solo and you're only seeing 5 clients, but then in the next year, you're planning to see 15 clients or 25 clients or 30 clients, whatever the decision that you want to make. You want to calculate that here so you can have a proposed salary every single year, right? So you start with the monthly, and then here we're going to look at your annual calculations. You want to calculate these things clearly, right? Then here, what I do is I give you this space so you can actually write some of the operational expenses, that you're going to have in your business, right? So you can put them here. For example, rent, right? You can put here psychology today. Let's say psychology today. Let's say here it is your accounting fees, right? You can write them here so you have a clear understanding of what are some of the expenses, right? And you can think about what some of business expenses can help you increase your paycheck. For example, if there's any expenses that you can eliminate, right? Then let's say if the rent, for example, if you have a rent for $1,500, but then you can co-rent someone the room for 3 days a week or whatever, how much that person is going to pay you, maybe you can reduce it by $500, right? By $500, right? So if there's any fees that you can decrease, right, you put them here because you want to have a clear understanding how much do you need to pay yourself. But if your business expenses are too high, you want to see where you can cut back from your business expenses, right? And then it will give you here your proposed monthly salary, and then your proposed annual salary. Of course, this is going to change based on what? Based on how much money are you bringing into your business and how much money is going out for operational expenses. So if you can reduce any of the operational expenses here, let's say your accounting fees are $200, but then you have another accounting person that can do it for $50. Maybe you can save another $50 there, right? So let's say you're using, you have 2 profiles for psychology today, but then you have so many clients right now that you don't need 2 profiles. You only need 1 profile. Maybe you're saving yourself $30 here, right? So where can you cut back on business expenses to increase your paycheck? Because if your business expenses are less, then your paycheck can be greater. So this is why you need to have a clear understanding about what your personal expenses are, right? And what your family needs, so you can see where you can cut back so you can pay yourself accordingly, right? So you can make those calculations and you can have a list. I do provide my clients a list of expenses that are in alignment with what the IRS is looking for. I provide that for them so they can just input here and they can make all the calculations for themselves, right? So now, once you understand what is your salary, what is your proposed salary, how much you should be paying yourself based on the revenue, based on the profit, based on the expenses, the expenses of your private practice, then what you want to do is ask yourself some questions. When would I revisit my salary calculations for potential raise? I do that every 6 months myself, right? Every 6 months. So let's say I can say like 12/31/2023, right? I'm going to review it. I'm going to see how am I doing financially, and I'm going to calculate to see how much money do I need to pay myself. Do I Can I afford giving myself a raise? Can I look at the expenses and decrease any of the expenses, right? So I can pay myself more, right? And then when would I calculate my bonuses? Then that could be like every 3 months, right? Maybe you want to do this quarterly, right? Quarterly. So here you write quarterly, and you can put the dates when you're going to revise it. For example, in my calendar, I have when I review my finances. Quarterly, I'm reviewing my finances and my bonuses and all of that stuff. So how will you calculate these bonuses? How much percent are you going to give yourself? You can even give yourself a percent of bonuses, right? It could be very simple as a 1% in the beginning, and then you can increase it, right? You can increase it to 2%. The idea here is that you don't feel like you are just working, and you have no sense of you paying yourself, you being compensated for the hard work that you do. That is the mindset. The mindset shift has to happen first, because what I see is that people are scared to pay themselves, right? Because they feel that they need to have all this money in the bank. And yes, you need to have savings in the bank. Yes, you need to have a certain amount to cover certain amount of emergencies. But even if it's a smaller amount, you need to pay yourself consistently. And as you continue to grow, you increase that by giving yourself a raise. And how you determine if you're going to give yourself a raise or not, you go back to the calculator and you calculate all the things, and you see if there's an opportunity for you to give yourself a raise. So now, how do I determine to give myself a raise? Based on your goals. So if you right now are seeing 10 clients, right, and you want to raise, and you're like, no, I want to give myself a raise and I still want to cover my business expenses, maybe you want to see 20 clients, maybe you want to see 15 clients, or rather you see the opportunity for growth because you see that your private practice is growing. Then you can go into group practice. And if you want a small boutique practice, you can do that. If you want a big practice, you can do that too. It all depends on your goals, on your desire, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, how much impact you want to create in the community, how much impact you want to create in the world, how much money do you want to earn, right? How much do you need to take care of your family? For me, when I started private practice, right, as a single parent, leaving my job, I just could not pay myself. To pay myself, and I wanted to pay myself because I didn't want to leave my job feeling like, oh, now I get to do all this work and I don't get compensated. I can't pay my bills. That wouldn't make any sense. So make sure that you input the basic information in the salary areas, and you set it up with your name. Whether if you do hourly rate, how many hours you're gonna work, all the essential information that has everything to do with you and your own business, right? And then make sure also that you're thinking about tax deductions, right? Do you need to save for taxes? If you are not yet an employee of your business, if you're not on payroll yet because you're not making enough money yet, you want to make sure that you are saving a percentage, right? And those notes you can make right there on the calculator. You can make those notes. You can make the notes in the bottom at the bottom, and you can put notes there saying, I'm going to save this percentage for taxes, right? So how much do you pay for taxes? Talk to your accountant and allow your accountant to guide you and let you know how much you should be saving in order for you to pay back to the IRS. So at the end of the year, you are not having trouble and you don't have to pay a huge amount of money. So now, those are the things that you need to do. Okay. And what you don't want to do is continue to think that all your money needs to go to the business expenses and go into savings. We need to live our life in balance, right? There's a balance that we need to create. And the way that we create that is really by obtaining the mindset, the right mindset about the things that we want to do. So make sure that you read every line, make sure you are inputting everything specifically there, and set yourself some goals. If you're not where you want to be in terms of how much you want to pay yourself, set some goals for your revenues. Set goals how many clients you need to see every week or every month or every year. Also set yourself some goals in reducing some of the expenses that are unnecessary. For example, if right now you have a office space and you only go to the office space twice a week, let's say, maybe you can rent the space for the rest of the week, right? Maybe you have another 5 weeks out of the week that people may pay you for them to do therapy in your office space, right? Or you can say, I'm going to hire my first therapist. I'm going to hire my first therapist so that way I can bring some more revenue in, right? And decrease the expenses, right? Because if your rent is $1,500 and you have somebody paying you $500, you are decreasing how much is going to come out of your pocket. So you want to make sure that you're looking at this thing consistently. And I do this by doing financial meetings with myself, right? And with my accountants quarterly, sometimes even monthly. If things are happening or things are coming up, I want to make sure that I have those conversations early. I never wait until the beginning of the year to do everything. I never wait until the end of the year to understand my numbers. I am calculating my numbers and I'm understanding my numbers in my business every single month, every single week. I'm looking at the numbers, right? And then when should you make changes? I will say look at it quarterly, every 6 months, right? You look at it to see where you at. If there's anything that needs to be tweaked, there's anything that you want to add to your goals. Maybe in the beginning of the year, your goal was not to possibly hire a therapist to take on some of the clients, but then you became you have now a wait list that's really big, and now you can assign clients to another therapist instead of referring the clients out. The clients can be served inside of your private practice, right? And then you can also generate more income by having someone else serving the community along with you instead of just having a wait list or sending people out. You can serve them inside of your business. So you want to continue to think as a business owner, right? What are the changes that I need to make? Are these goal in alignment with what I desire to do? So once again, if you don't have the calculator, the link is right here. You can take the link and you can go ahead and get the calculator. The calculator is simple. It tells you step by step what you need to do, and there's spaces there where you can make notes for yourself and you can put them in different colors. You can adjust the colors of the calculator once you make a copy to make it the colors of your own business, the branding colors that you desire. Maybe you want to highlight things in green instead of yellow, right? Maybe you want to highlight things in red instead of black. Whatever that is, make it your own and revisit this quarterly. Revise them, and if you need to make decisions, then you can make decisions and you can see what the numbers are talking, right? We don't make decisions based on emotions. We make decisions based on the numbers, the data that we have in front of us. And I'm not going to share with you my calculator because it has personal information, but the truth is that every quarter I'm looking at my numbers and I'm looking at what do I want to do? Do I want to give myself a raise? Do I need to stay where I'm at? I have conversations with my accountant and they might make decisions. Sometimes even if I'm making the revenue, I'm like, no, I'm not going to give myself a raise. I'm going to wait until the end to give myself a bonus, right? And then I give myself a bonus in December. But I'm consciously making that decision. That decision is deliberately and it's intentional, right? And you want to do that with this calculator. And the calculator that I give my regular clients have so much more information, right? It has, let me see if I can find it here. I have two types of calculator. I have the simple one that I'm gifting you, and then I have a calculator that is more complex in terms of how much information they can put. Let me show you really quick. So the calculator that I have for my one-to-one coaching clients, it has an explanation of the calculator, right? I give them an explanation of the calculator, how to use it. They get a list of all the personal expenses. They get a list of all the business expenses, and they get to do the calculations, right? And the reason why I do this for them is because it allows them to be able to have access to all the expenses that is all the business expenses that are approved by the IRS, for you to be able to input them into the calculator. And so you have a clear understanding that whatever you're calculating as a business expense, as the expenses that I'm sorry, all the expenses that are for your business, all the operating expenses are correct, and that you are not calculating things that are not going to be good at the end of the year when you're trying to do your taxes, correct? So that's what I provide to them because they're my clients. Now, what I'm offering to you today is for you to be able to work with me. I have $3 million private practice strategic sessions. And these sessions are available to you if you want to sit down with me and you want to ask me questions, strategic questions about your business and how you can transition from solo to group. If you are trying to hire your first therapist, if you want to have a better understanding how you can actually pay yourself, all of those things, anything to do with business, you can come and ask me in that 1 hour. So to register and pay for this strategic session, you go to the link that I'm providing here. The strategic session is only $555. It's actually just a fraction of what I charge for someone to work with me. So go to that link and get it. It's only $555. You come in for an hour. You ask me all the questions that you want to ask me, and I will answer you all the questions that you have within that period of time. And that could be about business structure. It could be about business mindset, about business plan. If you want me to help you do create business plan, if you need me to help you with the marketing strategy or marketing plan, or your personal development, or your business finance, or whatever it is that has to do with the growth of your practice, I can answer those questions for you in that 1 hour. Whatever we can do in that hour is what you get. And I don't hold anything back. I'm just going to give you the answer so you can go ahead and implement yourself. That way you get a taste of how I work and what the benefits that you can get from working with me as in coaching and mentoring and all the things that I'm doing. Right? Any questions? I see there's a couple people here. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer them for you. I think that the calculator is self-explanatory. Let me make sure that there is no other questions, for example, in the group. Let's see. I don't see any questions. I'm going to also send the reply to my list and the people that were not able to be present. Leave your comments, share this video. If you're on YouTube, press right. Oh my God. Oh my God, my brain is speaking Spanish and English right now. Subscribe to my channel. Leave your comments, leave your questions. Make sure you go and get your free calculator. Use it and start paying yourself what you deserve to get paid. If you need to decrease your operational expenses, decrease them too. Decrease them too if it's necessary. All right. So tomorrow we have a training. We're going to have a training. It's a lunch, learn and lunch with Soribel. And we're going to be talking about another important topic in relationship to building, growing, and scaling your mental health private practice. Uh, you will get all the information on social media, how to attend. Come and join me, and that will be awesome. I think I put the wrong, hold on. I put the wrong thing in the, okay, I put the wrong link for the calculator. I'm going to put it right there so you have the right one. I am so sorry. So many links. Yeah, the salary calculator is this one. It's not an audit, it's the calculator. Here is the calculator. Yes. No, right there. Here's the link to the calculator again, just in case I made a mistake. Okay, I'm not perfect. There you go. There you go. But make sure that you schedule the strategic session with me, and I will talk to you soon. See you tomorrow. Adios.